So what's the solution? What's the solution for the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, super elites, whatever? What is the solution against them on why you accept the reality that they've given you? Because you think it's not that bad? Let me tell you specifically what the solution is. It's called intention of your reality that you're trying to create. What is your personal intention? Because everything in this universe has duality, negative and positive. Polarity is the agitation of the opposites, much like the red and blue paradigm of our present day politics, all designed to divide, conquer you through division, because the system itself is intended to do so. It's intended to make you a slave to money. It's intended to put you in debt, a debt that you never will ever get out of. The intention to control the educational centers, to dumb people down. All these intentions are designed to create separation. So when you think about it, what these people are doing are using their God-given right, their divine rights that everybody has, to create their own reality. And these Illuminati beings know that. Illuminated. They're illuminated in their own head. But the truth is, they use those powers of creation against us. That we have the ability to create the world we see fit. The world that we desire. The respect and civil order that we really desire within ourselves. To take those divine rights and to manipulate through fear, to cause distortion, just for the maintaining of their hierarchy, just for the maintaining of them having control over you. There's nothing they do, nothing they say is going to take away the pain, the death that they caused. More death than any single dictator ever combined. Once you conceive of how long these people and these families have been in power, imagine how many have died because of their actions. They are not to be appreciated. They are not to be admired if you have a heart, if you have divine justice within yourself. They are not to be adored. If anything, their family names and their crest should be a reminder of what they've done to society, what they've done to humanity, what they've done to this planet. And the only reason why they would ever choose to change is because of the pressure placed upon them, because their greatest fear is us rising up. Their greatest fear is us joining together in unity, that they've worked so hard to create division amongst those concepts of harmony and unity. So you have to imagine these beings, these supposed Illuminati beings, these supposed illuminated ones. Their sole intention is to create destruction, to create a throwaway world and throw you away with it. And so they trash the world, trash everything in it. And that's the reality that you don't want to face. The reality that makes you accept their world every single day. And that's the truth, and you can't run away from the truth. You can't run away from it. So I'm calling out the Illuminati. And I'm calling out every human citizen who has the backbone to stand up for what's right. And that includes not just the sheep masses that need to wake up. I'm also calling out those in the Pentagon, those in the American military, any official, military official who knows of these crimes, who knows of these illusions, these fraudulent illusions that are placed just because it's a system that they've designed, that you keep it in place. To actually have the moral fiber to make a true decision and to arrest the Illuminati, to corner them and push them out of our society. We'll rip them out if we have to, because the time is now. Time is now. We don't have time to sit here and play games and keep accepting the same old. And the solution, even though people don't want to hear the truth about how negative these beings are, they don't want to hear the truth about how it's possible to create such a divisive worldview that you accept to your core, that has stopped you from believing that you ever could change the world, stopped you from believing that you could make a difference, not just in your own selfish world, but we're talking about everyone that's tied to your influence. Because that's how it works. Even the spiritual, religious views have been infiltrated, but yet you can still find truth there. And the truth is, if you think it, and if it's in your heart, then you create it, whether good or bad. And every one of you have the power to become Christ-like. Everyone has the power to do what Jesus did. Yet we allow illusions to overtake us. We allow fear and limitation. Yet I tell you the truth, it's nothing more than you focusing on giving unconditional love at all times throughout time and space that allows you to grow in the light, to feel what that light means, to understand that way. And it is a narrow road, and not many find it. And the road to destruction is broad, and many walk that one. Many walk the path of distraction and illusions and limitations. And the reason why the road to life is so narrow and that very few find it is because not many people can focus that strongly on giving unconditional love to every single person, including yourself, throughout all times of the day, at every point throughout space. That is the ultimate solution. You don't have to agree with me, but just take it from a neutral standpoint. Just to think about it. We live in this universe. You do exist in this universe. And the universe itself, along with all of our knowledge and the things that we've learned through science, has accumulated the knowledge and the perception and the wisdom for those who know how to seek it and to discern truth from what's not truth. But you should be able to feel these messages in your heart. To understand that it's your emotional content that creates your experience. The problem is that because of the world has been designed to separate us, since the world has been designed to bog you down with hours and hours of work so that you feel stressed, You feel tired. That you won't have the energy to rise up. That you won't have the energy to be kind and compassionate to others. You'll be so burdened with your daily life just to survive that you won't have any energy left to undertake any movement on any level. That, my friends, is the great illusion that these supposed illuminated ones want you to believe. But I'm here to tell you the real path to illumination, the real truth, that you won't see changes until you desire this unity amongst each other. You won't see real changes until you desire unity, until you desire oneness, until we as a people desire to support each other, to give unconditional love, to love one another, to see each other as equals. These are vital universal lessons. And many of you forget that you're living on a planet, an actual planet, a ball of dirt floating around in space. And just to take your mind from the planet out into space gives you that feeling of uncertainty and the unknown, because the vastness of space seems unknown. But it's nothing to fear, because the universe is designed to have an order to it. That's why the planets fall in line with the gravity laws, and that's why you're stuck on this planet as you walk it. You don't fall off the face of the earth. There are laws of attraction that keep this whole universe in order, even though it may seem chaotic. And that is another illusion, that it seems chaotic. And to wake up and to understand those things are called universal lessons. To understand that, one, you exist. That, two, that you're living on a planet that's giving you life. Not the McDonald's down the street that's giving you life. Not those green pieces of paper in your wallet giving you life. It's the planet itself giving you the oxygen. It's the sun that's holding these planets to it that's giving us light and energy. And these are maintained by divine order through scientific laws that can be observed, and nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing taboo about it. It's real, it's truth. And to wake up and understand that this same gravitational attraction that keeps everything in order, that you also have within your power as well. That you have the power to create. Thoughts are things. Your emotions are real things. They have real energy to them. And if you grow love within yourself and you tear it down with hate, then you just came back to square one. And this happens on a day-to-day basis, because many of us are consumed with our lives. We're consumed with how life is supposed to be. We're consumed with what we think it is. We're consumed with what we've accepted it is. And it's happening on a grand planetary level. And how do you pierce through all those illusions? You can create your own gravity. You can create your own attraction to yourself. But how is it done? What is your intention? What is your intention? Your intention when it comes to creating this reality, your own personal reality. It is possible to focus on the harmonies of the universe. It is possible to focus on light and love for one another and equality. It is possible to desire that every single day. It is possible to do what Jesus did and to desire that kind of expression all the time. It isn't unattainable. It's only unattainable because you believe it is unattainable, and that's it. And therein the lesson lies once again, that it's you. You're the one who manifested. You are the ones who are manifesting your negative experience and both your positive experiences. And much of that blame goes directly to these dark cabal society members, these darkened souls called the Illuminati, who are supposed to be illuminated with light, yet with every intention they do everything in the dark. And they've conditioned you to accept that limitation. But I tell you the truth, if not just one of us stands up, but many of us stand up for what is true and right in the world, that it can't be stopped. That movement, that revolution, that momentum grows, much like you focusing on that light. It's in sync with you focusing on that desire to have unification of the human race, to absolve the lines of racism and imaginary borders, to dissolve the illusions, separation, hatred to one another, and most of all, to dissolve the illusion of fear. And many of you fear. You fear the unknown. You fear the ignorant. And when you wake up, you'll fear those who are asleep. But a light can't guide if there was no darkness. Light wouldn't be without darkness. And so in the end, it's just a lesson. It's a lesson for each one of you to focus on the light. And it's plain and simple. That's it. It's that light that binds your reality together, that unconditional love, that love for whatever it is. And it may be negative or positive when you love something. You could love negative things. But there is always a higher principle attached to harmony. You may love something, but if it causes negative expressions or negative emotions, or if it hurts someone else or hurts another being, then it's not in harmony. Now, is it? See how simplistic and logical it sounds to choose the light and love? And I know it's difficult because it is the most difficult job, and that's why so few beings in this planetary history have ever reached a level of speaking out and saying, yes, it is love. It is something as simple as love that becomes the core principle of all of our systems, all of our governments of the future. It's going to be the binding core principle that binds the reality of love and civility, sovereignty together. And it's the mutual support of each other to say, hey, don't focus on that dark stuff there. Focus on this positive solution. We know that the darkness is there, and we are going to bring it to light, because as we shine brighter, it's going to shine brighter on those dark things, not only within yourselves that you must conquer and give light to and affirm it, to absolve away from your being, to focus more as a holder of light, as a creator of light. You are the ones who are doing it. You are the ones personally ebbing and flowing between light and dark every single day through the world of distraction that has been put in front of you, giving you a feeling of having no choice, giving you the illusion that you have no power. And this is one of the greatest crimes ever committed by the Illuminati, besides all the murders and wars and people that have been killed over these pathetic, trivial, petty differences that have been agitated by the Illuminati and their war machine. And the truth is, when you shine light on these beings, you stand together and shine light together, because that's the only way it's going to work this time. Quit thinking that you need a leader to come save you. Quit believing that you need someone to come save you out of your moral degradation, because you are the ones that are going to do it. This is the misinterpretations that have been run rampant through religions, to look outside of yourself for divine help, to look outside of yourself for help, that you are a victim that needs to be saved, when the truth is that you are already existing. You already have the tools within you, the spirit within you, the creator force, source, all the power of infinity right inside of yourself right now as we speak. And you can well that up from within yourself and bring it up to the surface, and it's going to shine a light onto the dark things about yourself first. You're going to see the dark things about you. Not blaming anybody else. Look at the negative things that you do to other people and to yourself. That's an illusion. Especially when you have the logical power to focus very simplistically, just by affirming it with your words, that you can uplift yourself and others, and that you can conquer the dark things within yourselves. Let that feeling just well up inside of you. And when you reach that level where it wells up, it's going to overpour. Your cup will be filled and it will runneth over. But you let it run into somebody else's cup that's empty as well, and you fill them up. And if you understand these simplistic laws, sooner or later everybody's going to be uplifting everybody. Everybody's going to be supporting everybody to create the highest and best good for everybody. That includes technologies. That includes foods and education. Do you see how this works? It's not going to happen from some divinity source outside of yourself when you are the divinity source of itself. That the Christ really is within you. To be Christ-like is not some far-off fantasy of a utopian dream. It actually really exists. That kingdom does exist within you. But you have to have the ability to focus on it and bring it into fruition. To bring it into manifestation. There's only one way to do that, and that's to desire it. To create the core principles of light that bind the reality together. And it can be done. Those who hear my words, just try me. Try me. You want a guarantee? I will guarantee you that your reality will be more joyful, more hopeful, more expressive if you focus on the light and love of the universe, of God, of the Spirit moving through you and giving it to others and sharing it with others. To create the desire that, yes, I have uplifted myself. I have conquered the negative things within myself, at least for this point in time. And now I'm on my mission to uplift another human being. To not judge another human being. To see that this is the path to true illumination. Not to be illuminated because you got successful and made a couple of $1 million. Or that you drive a fancy car that some corporation has constructed with you, all the while they hide secret technologies that would end the car as we know it. That's not illumination. Illumination isn't acquiring boats and houses and cars and property just so that you can't take them with you when you pass on. That's not illumination. Illumination doesn't even deal, real illumination, not what these Illuminati beings have done, not what these dark beings have done, that we will never forget. Because we can't forget what they have done. We're going to use them as a stamp, as an image, to teach our own selves that this is not something that you aspire to be. Because this is the outcome. The worshiping of money, the worshiping of your ego, the worshiping of short-lived pleasures that go nowhere. Corruption, greed, power, murder, lust, all these shallow energies that do nothing to make you feel complete, that only make you feel more powerful and more egotistical and more narcissistic. this is something that you really desire. You may desire it because you might be a poor man, but is that going to make you happy when you're a rich man? You might live through those energies, but you're still going to reach the same you. You're still going to be the same you with the same problems. You're still going to attract to you what is within your spirit until you finally decide to make a change. And the only way to change is to stand up and to express it. To tell people the truth. Tell people the truth about the Illuminati. Tell people the truth about their intentions. And to tell people the truth about the solution to it. You have the ability to focus on it. It is that simple. And it works for any human being on this planet who desires a higher experience, a better experience. The idea of illumination through success and millions and acquirement of materialistic wealth is an illusion. Even the great master Jesus was homeless. He was a bum. But a bum, quote unquote, in today's society is looked down on as being trash. Think of the paradox to those spiritual, haughty, arrogant members of society who believe that they do good just because they go to Sunday service and feel good about themselves for a couple of hours. The work doesn't stop there. The work is ongoing, it's non-stop, and the only way that it can be done is if we support each other. Can't build a foundation, can't build a strong house on a faulty foundation. It's not going to work. There's so many human beings on this planet that we have all the support that we would ever need to create the world that we really, really want. The scientists out there who've created technologies that could change the world that are being suppressed, we can find them. There's enough wealthy citizens in each town to collect their money together to create sustainable solutions using new councils and new democracies. Quit thinking that you need to come home and watch Fox News for your political moral fiber. That you need to go to your doctor for your prescription pill. And I know it seems hopeless because the illusion is everywhere and they put their hands in every single thing, but that's what they designed it to do. And all these beings who have single-handedly tried to stand up to them have been killed. And it's that lack within ourselves that we think we need someone to come save us, that we actually need a leader to pull us out of this crap. The problem is, you are the leader. And together we are leaders. And one day there's going to be a world, if there's enough people that catch on and focus on this type of energy and this kind of expression, that one day there will be no such thing as needing to have a leader. Because every one of us will be full and capable of producing our own reality that has no harm to another and does nothing but unfold the gifts that you want to bring and the joy that you want to bring to the world. Is that not a world that you want? Is that not something you desire? Why? Has your compassion been killed that much? Is drinking beer on the weekends enough for you? Is that enough moral fiber for you? Are you tired of the disrespect? Are you tired of the being dissed? Tired of being treated unfairly? Or being judged? Or having insecurity? Are you sick of that? Because there's roots to these evils. And it comes at the top of the eye of that pyramid. And now it's time to stand up. And that's all there is to it. And the truth of the matter is that we are now in control of our own fates. And when we take over control and we create the world that we want, then we're going to have control of the fate of the Illuminati, much like they've had the control over our fates for thousands of years. So I ask you that question, what are you going to do when we have the power and you realize it? What are you going to do?